we broke the news yesterday that Aurier that Arsenal could be interested in Aurier, and Arteta will be open to bringing Aurier to the club. Sky Sports reported yesterday that Aurier is open to the move, which I was very shocked about. Apparently he wants to stay in London.
Oh, does he?
He wants to stay in London. But if he wanted to stay in London so bad, then why did he want to leave Spurs so bad over the last couple of years?
Do you think he feels like he's been badly treated or something?
Why, though?
I don't think he has. I think he's been given... He was in the side last season, wasn't he?
He's been our number one right back for the last couple of years. So I don't get it, really.
And I thought he was pretty settled with us. He seemed as though he had a good rapport with all the other players, didn't he? And all the other players, I think you were telling me this as well, but you get the feeling that everyone loves him there as well. You know, he's like quite a lovable character, isn't he? So you'd hope he wouldn't do the dirty on us. But apparently Sim was saying that he's well in his rights, wasn't he?
Let's have a look at that. Let's have a look at Sim's tweet.
Interested to know Sim's opinion.
Let's have a look at Sim's tweet, because he tweeted about this last night, and I want to know all your opinions, and I want to know your opinion on this as well, John.
All right.
And he says, Sim talking here, but my honest opinion, how can we expect Aurier to show loyalty to Spurs when we didn't show loyalty to him and terminated his contract? Loyalty should go both ways, but I wouldn't like him going to Arsenal, but I wouldn't blame him either. Then he follows on from that and he says, just to clarify on this, not saying we should...
He probably got a load of abuse, didn't he? Just to clarify.
Just to clarify on this, not saying we should have shown him loyalty or we were wrong to cast him aside, just stating that when you cast a player aside, you can't expect them to turn down future moves out of loyalty to you.
Did we cast him aside, though? I thought it was done by mutual consent, wasn't it?
The contract, yes, was done by mutual consent, but we haven't shown him. He hasn't played in any of the preseason games. He hasn't been in the squads for any of the league games, any of the Conference League games.
I thought that's because he wanted to go.
Yeah, that was my understanding.
That was my understanding
as well. I mean, I don't think Spurs have actively gone out there and cast him aside. I think it was. I think you're right. I think it was a mutual thing from the beginning. I think it's because Aurier wanted to leave. Nuno doesn't want to pick him.
Exactly, that's what
I
thought.
It's the same thing with Tanguy and Ndombele, right?
Yeah.
Tanguy wanted to leave, so Nuno's not picking him.
Yeah.
It's as simple as that.
It's a bit chicken and egg, isn't it?
Yeah. I don't think it's the case of that we've completely casted aside and shown him no loyalty. I think over the years we have shown him loyalty.
I think we're just preparing to build a team without him. That was my understanding.
Yeah.
If that's not the case, then Sim's correct there, though, isn't he?
But I don't think that is I think Sim's got a bit of the wrong end of stick here.
Yeah. I mean, I'd like to know what the truth is on that. But I think that it was exactly as you said. You know, we were just preparing the team for his departure.
But it's quite evident and common knowledge that he asked to leave last summer. The move didn't happen. Obviously, he ended up being our first choice right back last season as well. And then he asked again to leave this summer.
Why do you think he wanted to leave last season? What do you think his reasons were?
His reasons, I don't know. Maybe he's been here a while, just wanted a new change, wanted to try something new.
Yeah.
Also, there's a case of saying, like, every time he makes a mistake, he gets lambasted by the fans, lambasted by everyone. He gets taken out the side by Jose Mourinho. You saw in the Amazon documentary how harsh Jose was to him personally. So I think that, everything all together.
That's Jose, though. Come on, Serge. This is a new era now.
I know.
Don't hold that on us.
But it is what it is at the end of the day. Maybe he just wanted a change of scenery, which you can't really blame someone for, can you?
No, you can't. It's just like, please don't choose Arsenal.
I know.
I just wouldn't like to see it personally.
But there's another way to look at it. Could it be like, Agent Serge
going in there and doing his calamitous moments and, I don't know. But I actually think he's a really good right back, I have to say. It's one of those where, because we're selling him, people go, Deadwood. But actually, he's still a top right back.
I agree with you.
The best at our club.
Yeah. I completely agree, and I think that when you compare him to Tanganga and to Matt Doherty, I'm not going to put Emerson in this because it's very hard to call that, but when you're comparing him to Matt Doherty and when you're comparing him to Tanganga, he's a better right back than both of them. Of course he is,
and he's got good end product. He's got a good whippy cross as well.
And he cut those mistakes out of his game.
I thought he did
not completely, but definitely he cut them out more than he was doing them before. Before it got to a stage where maybe every 3 games he was doing something like that was like made you tear your hair out, quite literally. But last season after Jose came in, I thought after Jose had those harsh words with him,
I thought he was all right. Actually, I didn't notice many mistakes.
Exactly. I remember that penalty he gave away against Leicester last season, but apart from that, I don't remember. A few stupid free kicks he gives away where we concede from. But that's a lot to do with the defence from the free kicks as well,
and also being exposed as well. Yeah. Yeah,
so,
no, I thought he actually had a good season last season, and I would say against 80% of teams that we come up against, I think he's excellent. Really great. It's just those like 10-20% of the teams that we come up against, like the real top teams, he can look a little bit stretched. Then he can give away a few silly things. But generally, I think he's a top right back. So it would upset me a little bit if I saw him at Arsenal in an Arsenal shirt.
And I was speaking to an Arsenal fan last night,
What did they say?
And he's a funny thing about this guy is, right, he's been, last 2 years, he's been terrorising me about Serge Aurier. He's been like, oh, you've got Serge Aurier at right back, he's a calamity, he's this, he's that, he's this, he's that. So I gave it to him last night.
Like, I'll tell you what, he's not bad, that Serge.
He actually was saying that. He's like, I don't understand why we're going after Serge Aurier when we've got all these right backs at the club. And I was like, I don't understand why you wouldn't want Serge Aurier when he's 10 times better than any right back you've got at the club.
Isn't it hilarious? They were banging on about how great Bellerin was for years, you know, and like how terrible Serge was, and they're going to replace him.
Yeah, well, you know, at the end of the day, Betis went for Bellerin over Serge Aurier. They had the chance to sign them both, and they went for Bellerin instead. Serge, I think if he goes to Arsenal, I don't even think it'll be that much of a bad signing for them. I think he's better than what they've got.
Yeah, he'll probably end up being their best player.
He's definitely better than what they've got. I mean, when you look at the right backs that they have there, I don't even know who they got. Callum Chambers, who else they got? Cedric, and you know all these rubbish players, basically. All these rubbish players, and I think Serge Aurier is a better player than them. I really believe that.
Yeah, I believe that as well. Yeah.
So it is what it is. I want to know you guys' opinions out there.